All right, let's jump right into this explainer. We're looking at the absolute, staggering potential of the star at the center of our solar system. Every single day, we wake up, go about our business, and mostly just take for granted this roaring, massive fusion reactor hanging out in the sky above us. We constantly stress over energy scarcity and argue about fuel prices. But the crazy part? We're literally bathed in an energy abundance that totally defies human comprehension. So today, we're diving into the hard data and the wild innovations happening around solar energy. I promise you, by the end of this, you're going to look up at the sky a little differently. Okay, 173,000. I want you to just hold this massive number in your head for a second. Why? Because it represents the continuous, mind-boggling scale of energy bombarding our planet literally right now. 173,000. It's one of those numbers so gigantic it's kind of hard to wrap your head around without some context. But this isn't just a random piece of trivia. This is the actual baseline of our planet's energy reality. So that number is 173,000 terawatts. That's the exact amount of solar power the Earth naturally intercepts from the sun at any given moment. Now, to really grasp what a terawatt is, think of a single watt, like, say, a tiny LED light bulb. Picture a trillion of those. Got it? Now multiply that by 173,000. That is the sheer, overwhelming volume of continuous power just raining down through our atmosphere, hitting our oceans, our forests, our rooftops, every single second of every single day. Now, what's truly fascinating here is how the math shakes out when you compare it to us. The sun actually provides 10,000 times more power than the entire human population currently uses. Just think about that. That massive surplus is the sun's contribution. And humanity? Every single smartphone, skyscraper, factory, airplane, and electric car on Earth combined, that entire global power draw is just 1/10,000th of the energy the sun is handing us completely for free. To put that into perspective, this TED quote really hits the nail on the head. That's 10,000 times more power than the planet's population uses. Meaning, the whole global energy crisis, it's not a problem of available energy at all. It's actually just a problem of capturing the incredible surplus already falling from the sky. We are living in an era of absolute energy abundance, not scarcity. The challenge isn't finding the power, it's engineering the right buckets to catch the rain, so to speak. The core mechanism, harnessing the sun. The crucial point here is figuring out how we actually capture this massive abundance of energy for our own use. In a really popular TED lesson explored by Richard Kalm and animated by Globusco, they break down the fundamental physics of this capture process. It is absolutely fascinating to see how decades of scientific trial and error have culminated in tech that allows us to literally catch light and turn it into the electricity that runs our lives. It all hinges on the unique properties of certain materials, mostly silicon, interacting with sunlight on a quantum level. Now, while the quantum mechanics get pretty complex, the foundational purpose of a solar panel is beautifully simple. It's just a technology designed to convert solar energy directly into electrical energy. Think of it like this. Sunlight travels all the way across the vacuum of space as these tiny packets of energy called photons. When those photons smash into a solar panel, they knock electrons loose from their atoms inside the silicon. And that movement of electrons, that's it. That is electricity. There are no moving parts, no burning fossil fuels, just a silent, steady stream of power generated entirely by catching the sun's rays. The broader energy ecosystem. Let's shift gears and look at how this builds into a much larger, rapidly evolving landscape of renewable innovations happening right alongside standard solar panels. This really shows that the future isn't just bolting standard panels to a roof. It's a dynamic, connected ecosystem. Take agrivoltaics, for example. Instead of choosing between farmland and solar farms, we're combining them. Panels provide shade for crops, reducing water evaporation, while the plants literally keep the panels cool, making them more efficient. It's a total win-win. Then you have perovskite cells. These are game-changing, advanced solar materials that dramatically boost how much light we can absorb. And finally, grid batteries. Solving the classic, what happens when the sun goes down problem? We're seeing massive deployments, like recently in China, of grid-level batteries with staggering 30-year lifespans. They answer the power we catch at noon, keeps the lights on at midnight. And the innovation definitely doesn't stop there. Expanding these renewable capabilities means engineers are literally figuring out ways to make solar power at night by capturing the heat the Earth radiates back into space. We're also seeing a huge rise in powerful DIY solar generators, giving people the ability to capture their own energy off the grid. Plus, the costs of all this solar infrastructure are absolutely plummeting. And hey, solar doesn't have to do it all alone.
By pairing it with complementary wind turbine technologies, we're building a robust grid where the wind often picks up exactly when the sun goes down.
A total solar future? With all these rapidly advancing technologies and the sheer raw scale of the sun's power, we naturally arrive at the ultimate question. When we stack up our current infrastructure against this expanding ecosystem, a massive shift seems kind of inevitable. Right now, we're heavily reliant on legacy fuels, digging up finite resources, burning them, dealing with limited storage. It's inherently inefficient. But look at the alternative. A 10,000 times solar surplus just waiting for us, next-gen perovskite cells, and 30-year batteries stabilizing the whole shebang. The momentum is clearly, undeniably shifting from extraction to capture. So knowing what we now know about these staggering 173,000 terawatts at our disposal every single second, I want to leave you to ponder this. Is it possible that one day the world could be completely reliant on solar energy? Could our world eventually run entirely on the sun? The physics definitely say yes. The technology is rapidly catching up. The only variable left is how quickly we decide to build the bridge. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and remember to keep looking up.